From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
What's up, world? It's the one and only Pop DBIC, the Primetime Capper, and it is time for the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live. And I hope you're feeling good and you're feeling great, because I'm feeling the same, because it is what it is, and we have another day of the NBA Finals. Who's going to be the team tonight? You got the Suns. Can they continue their momentum from Game 1, or will the Bucks adjust to steal one in the desert tonight? We got Game 2. And you know what? At the end of the day, it shouldn't be a panic moment if the Bucks are to lose this game tonight, because the Bucks are a very, very good home team as well, too. So that works out in their favor. They've only lost twice at home in the playoffs as well. So that's a huge factor for them. And this team has found ways to claw back. They were down 0-2 against the Nets and were able to come back in that series. So you shouldn't really have any doubts about what can happen with this Bucks team. But the Suns are very in sync right now. There's a lot of good chemistry going on with that team, and I think that there's a lot of things that's working in their favor, and a lot of people are going to be betting on them tonight as well too. Even though the line did drop from 5.5 to 4.5, it still looks like that the Suns will be the team that everybody's going to be pretty much keyed in on. So I think what we have to have here is tonight, if the Bucks are to really adjust and be in the series, they got to do the same thing they did with Brook Lopez in the Atlanta series. They got to have him dominate inside, and that means they got to make Aiden work a little bit. They got to put Aiden in some foul trouble tonight, and that's a good way to get yourself into this game and get him out of the game, because I think that he was the biggest difference, the X factor to everything that occurred with the Suns in Game 1. So pretty much you got to get that guy out the game somehow, some way. If that's the strategy, because I think Budenholzer really needs to have that strategy going into the game tonight. Attack. Every time you see number 22, make him play some defense, even though he's really good at playing defense. In the early stages of the games, the refs have pretty much a quick whistle. So pretty much they see a little bit of contact, they'll call the foul. So if Brook Lopez wants to be, a signature big man, he should go right at him and see how it goes. And if everything works out, then if they can get Aiden off the court and get Aiden not in double-digit rebounds, then the Bucks should be able to win this game. I know that a lot of people are banking in on CP3 and Devin Booker, but those two had a very good first game. But that doesn't. But I think there might be a regression going on in this game tonight with those two. I think that Devin Booker is still kind of, off from the three-point line. He was making some pretty good layups and some pretty good 15-footers and everything like that, but the guy was only 1-7 from the three-point line the other nights. So, Chris Paul had a great effort. He's playing on a high right now, so that's why everything looks really, really good when it comes down to it with the Suns. So pretty much it's going to be a damn good game tonight. Don't think that the series is over for anything, and I will give you guys my pick here at the end of the show as well, too, once we get into talking tickets and everything like that. So you guys stay tuned for that portion right there, and I'll get you guys exactly where I'm going tonight in this game as well, too. Now, good news for UCLA. Johnny Juzang will return to UCLA to pursue a national title with a loaded recruiting class incoming. So pretty much the group that's coming in has some five-star freshmen. They got some guys coming from Long Beach as well too. So this is going to be huge for UCLA. This might be the best recruiting group and best upperclassmen that UCLA has had since the Ed O'Bannon days with Tyus Edney, Ed O'Bannon. Then you added in J.R. Henderson, Toby Bailey, and you also already had Charles O'Bannon as well too. Yeah, Cameron Dollar coming off the bench. Another big star on that team, George Zedek, who was another guy coming back as well too. So this is all the makings of UCLA possibly getting to the national championship and winning the national championship next year as well too. When you look at it, they maybe have the deepest roster in all of college basketball, and even Cody Riley is coming back as well too. Cody Riley, who was a huge factor in them getting to the Final Four last year, is going to return with Johnny Juzang, and these two said that they got unfinished business. So this is going to be huge for UCLA coming back next year. And Mick Cronin is the man right now. So, Mick Cronin is feeling good about himself. He's got the Jordan deal coming in right now. He gets to keep two of his key players from the Final Four as well, too. And, Jordan brings an even better recruiting situation for UCLA in a sense. Guys do get a little intrigued when they see that logo. And so, there's going to be a bit of better recruiting coming from UCLA as well, too. I don't doubt that at all. And then, I'm talking about Tiger Campbell will be back as well, too. So this is going to be huge. UCLA is going to have the luxury of talent, and this is huge that guys are coming back to lead this young group, and everybody comes together. And UCLA may get 4 guys in the first round next year if everything works out the way it's supposed to. And Johnny Juzang made a great decision, because at the end of the day, he was nothing but a middling second rounder, as I told you guys before, when he even thought about coming out for the draft. He's a great player, but there's still a little bit of improvement that he has to do as well, too. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, Johnny Juzang returns back to the Bruins, and it's going to be absolutely epic. So pretty much, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic in hand, and that's going to be our NFL preview for today. We got the Buffalo Bills as our team today, 13-3 last season, and I think the Bills go over 11 this year, 11 wins this year as well. They're coming back with once again with a very good group. Josh Allen is seen as this is Josh Allen's looks like it could be his MVP year in the NFL as well, too. The guy's running and passing like an absolute monster, and pretty much he has his guy coming back as well, too, with him as well, with Steph Diggs. So it's going to be a lot of fun with this team this year. They're going to have a 3-headed monster at the running back position as well, too. So there's a lot of things working out in the Bills' favor, and the Bills still do have that great defense, and they still have that great secondary as well, too. 2 of the best safeties in the game. So the Bills look to defend their AFC East title, and it's going to be tough because you got Bill Belichick confident having his guys come back this year as well, too. The guys that missed out last season. So it's going to be a huge moment for this Buffalo team this year to see if they can defend the East, and see if they can duplicate what they did last season. And I think that is quite possible that they do. I think that they don't win 13, but they win 12 games this year and lose 4. So, and 2 of them will be in the division as well, too. So I'll give you guys that. And we'll just go from there. But I think Buffalo is definitely a playoff team next year. It will be their 3rd year in a row making the playoffs as well. So they're used to, so they know exactly what it takes to get there. And, the home field advantage at New Era Stadium is just something is second to none. They just are lights out at home. And I think that if they win 90% of their home games, they're easily in the playoffs. But if they struggle at home, it could be a bit of an issue this season as well, too. So we'll have to keep looking at this situation, monitoring it, and we'll just go from there. But they got a lot of good talent over there in Buffalo. And if Allen was to go down, you got Mitch Trubisky there as well, too. So that can be something that can be – Mitch Trubisky can be somewhat of a recluse, reacclimation project or something of that nature if things kind of go left. So the Bills have insurance. That's why the Bills, you can consider them one of the better teams in the NFL right now, because they got backups that can fill in as starters, and that works out very well for this team. So I really do like what I see going on with Buffalo, and I think Buffalo will still play a big factor into what's going on in the AFC. So with that, you guys go ahead and check out Hat Club the Hat Club, and you guys already know hatclub.com. You guys can go ahead and get yourself a 10% discount with any $50 order or better. Once again, it's www.hatclub.com. You guys can go ahead and get yourself a nice little package if everything is over $50 and get that 10% off on it as well too, so you guys can get as much drip as possible. It's the summertime. Make sure you fit it right. All right, so with that, we will be right back with the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live, with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper.
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners, and I'll have another in Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
Tune into Big Wave Boxing every week with a brand new guest with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, getting the best boxing stories, best boxing angles, and the truth when it all comes down to the sweet science. Tune in to Big Wave Boxing on the Prime Wave Media channel on YouTube. All right, I am back, and it's time to talk some Dodger baseball real quick. And the Dodgers are already up right now, 6-1, bottom of the ninth. Dodgers should be getting this game over with in the next few moments. They got 3 outs. I don't think they should blow this one tonight like they blew the last 3 games in a row. So pretty much last night they got did in by a walk-off home run from Alvarez. So pretty much, hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is with the Dodgers. Kind of struggling now. The Giants got to win, so they go back to being a game and a half better than the Dodgers, actually a game better than the Dodgers. So, Dodgers just getting themselves ready for the All-Star break. No biggie that you drop 3 out of 4 in Miami. It's going to happen. Miami will do that to you. Miami got the humidity. It's a lot of fun going on in front of you. I know the Dodgers probably dabbled just a little bit, maybe the younger players, not the older players, but maybe the younger players just dabbled a little bit. But all in all, though, this was a great matchup today for the Dodgers. Julio Urias was absolutely dominant in this bad boy today. And Sandy Alcantara, a guy that the Dodgers had already banged up pretty good at Dodger Stadium. They got to him about the 5th, 6th inning. Dodgers went on a nice little run there and had a 5-run inning. So that pretty much is capped off the game as well too. So the Dodgers looking good, but you know what? Losing this 3 out of 4 is not good in a sense to where you could have gained some momentum on the Giants. But I guess that the meeting with the Giants has to happen to where these guys are, pretty much face to face and everything just can work itself out. You know what I mean? So pretty much at the end of the day, this is about to still be holy war between the team from uptown and the team from Brooklyn. That's what I like to say when I talk about the Giants and the Dodgers, because they go all the way back to New York City. And that's always, fun when you talk about the history of the Giants and the Dodgers. And literally most of their big I hate you moments came from when they were both in New York. They still hate each other, equally. But all in all, though, that you didn't want to be a Giant and a Giant didn't want to be a Dodger. So it is what it is at the end of the day. So pretty much there it is with that. Dodgers look like they're about to win this game. And, there it is. They can bounce back. And then they finish up the weekend in a pretty good situation when it comes to the series and everything like that. They're playing against one of the worst teams in baseball to, finish up the weekend. And then All-Star break will be next week. So there it is with the Blue Crew Daily. And let's go ahead and get into our first game. First game is going to be a doozy. It's going to be, once again, we're going to be in this Orioles Blue Jays game, because this game is one of the games that's just a part of the late schedule, because the other two games just are starting as we're talking about, as we're going and talking about games. So it would be silly just to give you guys something and you guys don't get a chance to actually play the ticket. And also with another game going on right now, if you have some money going on this Astros and A's game, the A's are up 2-0 right now, top of the fourth inning with one out, with one out in the inning. So pretty much, you guys, if you do have the A's today, like I do for my clients, well, we want to maintain that lead. And right now we got a runner on base here in the fourth inning. So hopefully they can go ahead and get him home. But all in all, let's get into the game that is in front of us, and that's going to be the Blue Jays and the Orioles. The Blue Jays coming in with a very good pitcher who's, pretty much a rookie here. Very green, but he's doing well. 6'6", 260 right-hander. Alek Manoah. Manoah is, coming out of West Virginia. He's done well. They drafted him in 2019 as the 11th pick, so he's doing exactly what he's supposed to do as a top 20 pick in the MLB. And he had a pretty good game last time out against the Rays. He did strike out 10 over 7 innings, only gave up 3 hits, gave up no runs, and only walked 1. So he's trying to build off of that effort from last week against Tampa Bay, which was at home in a hitter's park. So he goes in here going against a struggling Orioles team, but you knew that was going to be their season anyway. So they're going with the spot starter, a guy that's not going to pitch more than 2 innings, and that's going to be Dylan Tate. Dylan Tate did decent last time out. He struck out 2, gave up a run, and gave up 2 hits. So that was his game last time out. And guess who he was pitching against? The Blue Jays. So tonight he goes back. He has the start tonight, and it looks like this should be a pretty good game, pretty fun game. But I do favor the Blue Jays in this spot. The Orioles just don't have anything to offer them tonight, but pretty much getting their butts whipped. So we'll see how it goes, see how it shakes out. We'll move on from there. Now the Indians, the team that's just takes 2 steps forward and then takes 3 steps back, seems like every other game. They're about to get hot, though. I'm going to let you guys know that right now. After the All-Star break, I can see the Indians getting really, really hot. But the biggest problem with the Indians right now is pitching. Pitching is absolutely awful for the Indians. And it's not the starters. It's really the guys on the back end. So, pretty much in a game like this, you got a Kansas City team that's got pretty beat up by the Reds. They did get swept. So they're coming into this one trying to bounce back a little bit. And they are they are a slight dog today. And so when you look at it, you say, yeah, I should jump all over the Orioles. But you like the Royals. But you like the Royals more when they're a bit more value, like maybe plus 150 over something like that when they're in Cleveland. But usually, Cleveland has a pretty good pitcher to where you can set the lineup like that. But Zach Plesac is nothing to write home about, but he does have a winning record this year as well. So that's something you can't take away from it. And then, you got the Royals, one of their better pitchers going on the mound as well today, Danny Duffy. So, they got a big opportunity to be a good dog today, but I think the Indians should be right there with them in this spot as well, too. So it should be a very, very good game for bettors today, or it could be a pass game for you because it's really too hard to call out who the winner is going to be of this game. But I do like the over in this game, so that's why I say that if you don't pick a side, just go ahead and play over-under, scoreboard watch, see what you can get there. I think that they're going to be scoring some runs today in Cleveland. So we move on to our next game, which is going to be the Phillies and the Cubs. The Phillies coming into this one, they had won the first 2 games of the series. The Cubs won last night. So this one right here, the Cubs trying to get a split here after losing 11 in a row. I told Mike that we had to take the Cubs last night because they was due to win, and that's exactly what they did. Now today they going against the Phillies, and both teams are minus 110 as well. You got Zach Eflin on the mound going against Alzolay. So pretty much both guys are mirror each other on stats. Pretty much both have losing records as well too. So when you look at this spot, I think that honestly that the Cubs should be able to the Cubs should be right there and should be able to get themselves in here. But I think that the way the game sets up, this one will go under, in my opinion. I know that both pitchers have losing records and things of that nature, but I think what happens here is that both teams kind of, they fall back a little bit because there's been a lot of runs scored in this series, and I don't expect it to be 4 days in a row of that. And I know that it's going to be pretty. It'll probably be pretty. The weather will probably help us out a bit tonight as well too. So we'll see how it goes, see how it shakes out. Phillies, Cubs, both these teams are teams going in going in pretty much the same direction. Both teams are trying to get to the playoffs, but it's starting to become an absolute struggle because, man, you got to win games, and these teams have not been consistent at doing that. All right, we move on to a divisional matchup. This is going to be between the Reds and the Brewers. The Reds coming into this game feeling really, really good about themselves. The Reds got, like as I said before, they did sweep Kansas City as well. Actually, they didn't sweep Kansas City, but they won their last 5 out of 6 because they did sweep Chicago over the weekend, and they only lost 1 to the Royals, which was a 6-7 loss. But the other games, fairly dominant in those games, and they have Tyler Mahle on the mound today. And Tyler Mahle is a very, very good pitcher, has a 3.63 ERA, but he has a high strikeout rate, 112 strikeouts over 31 balls, so you can trust him in this spot. And I think that what happens here is that you have a team that plays the Brewers very, very well, and they are chasing the playoffs as well too. They find themselves in second place. So the Reds should be all in tonight, and I like the Reds a lot, and I think that they're a good team to bet on as the winner tonight as well too. So we'll see how it goes, see how it shakes out. We move on from there. We got another divisional game between the Tigers and the Twins. The Tigers coming in here 40-47, actually are third place in the division, while the Twins are over there languishing in last place. But they're the favorite today because they do look like they have the better pitcher. Well, the pitcher who's a better vet who's a vet. So we have J.A. Happ on the mound, but Tariq Skubal has been really good. 100 strikeouts already this year, over 37 walks. I favor him a little bit more over J.A. Happ, who I feel is like an over-the-hill starter in this league. But I think he could be effective for a team that is marching towards the playoffs this year as well, too. So when you look at it, maybe he might just need a new location for him to go ahead and restart his career in the correct way. But Tariq Skubal looks like he's going to be another Tiger arm that's going to be able to help this team in the rebuilding phase of this franchise as well, too. So we'll see how it shakes out. We'll see how it goes. But once again, I like the Tigers in this one today, and I think they will be my dog of the day. So we'll see how it goes, see how it shakes out. We move on from there. We have ourselves today, the late spot is going to be Washington, and it's going to be San Diego. It's going to be the Nats and the Padres. Nats coming in here plus 115. Padres minus 140. Padres got absolutely smoked. They dropped the last 2 out of 3 to Washington as well. And they haven't looked that great in their last 5 games, losing 3 out of 5. And the wins that they had, one was a blowout and one was pretty close. So pretty much they're another team trying to get ready for this All-Star break as well too. They might be running a little bit on fumes. So we'll see how it goes, see how it shakes out tonight. I think, once again, this game will be one of our better games of the night. And I think that you can do insurance tonight with Washington because you have Max Scherzer on the mound. You can either take them to win, or you can say, you know what, they'll keep the game close, and I'll put it at plus 1.5. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it shakes out. But that is going to be our MLB preview for Thursday. And so pretty much you guys make sure you check out Paramount Plus. They have some great content there. You have a lot of great shows you can watch there as well too. A lot of CBS classics, a lot of Nick classics, some Showtime shows, just a lot of great things on the Paramount Network. You also got one of my favorite shows in pretty much in today's world, which is Bar Rescue. So you guys can check that out as well to see John Taffer acting an absolute fool. So pretty much it is what it is at the end of the day. Paramount Plus, use the promo code VSX. And with that, we will be right back with the Premier Sports Betting Show with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, and this is the Primetime Eagles Live.
Now you and your friends can compete in the sport of kings. and win big with Stable Duel. Get the app, pick your horses, and get in on the thrill of horse racing with daily games competing against other players. Bring home the glory and the cash, and move up the annual leaderboard while you leave your competition in the dust. Get in the game with Stable Duel. Play, race, win.
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners and I'll Have Another and Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
All right, we're back with the stretch drive of the show right now. And let's go ahead and talk about my pick for tonight in the NBA Finals. And tonight, it's game 2. You got the Bucks as a plus 180, dog, and the Suns are minus 225. But that has changed since we know exactly what we're going to be facing tonight. So pretty much there's money coming in on the Bucks right now, and the Bucks have dropped down to a plus 4.5, now down to a plus 170, and the Suns have now went down to a minus 190. So if you like the Suns a lot tonight, but you say, hey, maybe that spread might be a little bit too much for me, you can go ahead and spend some little extra dollars on it and get the Suns to try to win the game straight up. Or you can just say, hey, great teams cover. And that's exactly what Phoenix can do tonight. It's 4.5, easily can be hit, but this game is going to be a game of adjustments. It's going to be much different from game 1. It's going to be even reffed different from game 1. So once again, I think that the Bucks do make the adjustments tonight. I'm not saying that they win the game, but I think the game does stay very close tonight as well too. But I think the best bet for everybody tonight is to play the scoreboard, because I think that this game does go under the 219.5. But right now, at most books, it's at 220. Probably will creep up to 220.5 since the game did go over last time out. And a lot of people probably will feel that the over will hit tonight because both these teams kind of have a feel for each other right now. I think not. I think what happens tonight is we get ourselves an old school defensive matchup, and whoever has the most points at the end will be the winner, right? So pretty much it is what it is at the end of the day. This is going to be a great game, but my pick for tonight is going to be the under 219.5, but it's probably at 220 other spots as well too. But I think that we stay well under this number as well. Not like where it's total of 189 points. I'm thinking like a total of 200 points or 200 to 205. Okay, so there it is. That's going to be the play tonight. Let's see how it shakes out. Let's see how it goes. And let's jump into Talkin Tickets, where we have a 37-1 ticket tonight. We're going to go with the Blue Jays with the minus 1.5 against a very struggling Baltimore team. And then we have the Royals and Indians. I'm going to take the over 8.5 here. I think that we're going to get ourselves a bit of a slugfest here at the old Jake. So we'll see how it goes and see how it shakes out. Then we have the Reds minus 105 tonight. They should be plus money, but it's okay. I think the Reds are going to be the winner of this game tonight because they got better pitching going on. They're on a hot streak as well too. So we'll see how it goes for the Reds, who have played the Brewers very well. So hopefully they'll play them very well tonight as well too, so we can cash this ticket. Then we have the Tigers at plus 115 tonight. As I said before, they are my dog of the day today. I think that they have the better pitcher in my opinion. He's a young pitcher on the up and up. And you know what? Minnesota has not played well enough for me to trust them as a favorite. So I'm going to take the Tigers tonight, who did win their last who won 2 out of 3 against the Rangers, and they did very well against the Indians last week as well too. So this team's playing much better baseball than they did to start the season though. So I do like the Tigers tonight. And then we also have the under 10 with the Phillies and the Cubs tonight. I know that they got two pitchers that have been getting hit really hard this year, but what happens here is I think the weather plays a part in it, and a lot of games at Wrigley at night usually go under. I know that they've had a series this week where there's been a lot of runs scored on each side. Like there was a 14-3 game. Last night was an 8-3 game. So, it's just there's a lot going on with the series. But I think tonight things get a little tamed down. So I'm taking the under 10 with the Phillies and the Cubs. And then I end this thing with the plus 1.5 on the Nats tonight. I think the Nats are going to be a very, very tough out for the Padres like they've been all week. They beat them last night 15-5. So I think tonight you got Max Scherzer on the mound, and it should be something that should work out very well for the Nats. But you know what, though? I don't trust the bullpen on the back end. So just in case we run into a situation where Tatis hits a 2-run walk-off or something like that, we can go ahead and still cash the ticket at plus 1.5, okay? So with that, it's going to be a pick six that is 37-1. Once again, as I always say, single what you like. And we'll just go from there. I think that this should be some good money for you. So let's go ahead and check out YouWager, where the world bets at. You guys use my promo code VSXPLP. You guys will receive a 50% match deposit. So that means you guys will be able to get yourself a match deposit. And what happens there is you would get yourself very, very situated. You put up 300, they'll match 150 in a free play, and then you can use the free play to start your sports betting journey and bet the pick six and single what you like. All right, so there it is. YouWager, where the world bets at, and you guys keep on letting me know if you guys sign up for it. Let me know so I can alert them to let them know that you signed up, and we'll just go from there. Okay, so pretty much once again, I want to go ahead and thank everybody who tuned in today. You guys are the absolute best, and we will be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have a guest in tomorrow for us as well too. But all in all, it's always good fun talking to you guys and everything like that, and giving you guys the angle. So pretty much make sure you tune in tomorrow at noon. This is the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Eagles, live with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper. If you got a hunch, bet a bunch. Bet with your head, not with your heart. The movement is moving, and I am gone.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.